And I think we're live.
Yep.
I can't tell this. Okay, cool. We are back once again. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the MS Paint crew with Kirspy and my co-host Storm Song and Andy Van.
Own swag. Once I get through this commercial, I'll tell you if our sound is good.
That's
Anyways,
good.
hi chat. We're back to continue with the gentle cursing of your eyeballs.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how many times you peel them away, you'll see everything.
I do have a little something I want to work on Andy for, but I will start with related shit posting.
Okay. Volume is relatively good.
Excellent.
Excellent, Smithers.
Because Andy came to me with this idea. He wanted me to draw, but I also want to warm up first, so... Because you've been playing that, what was that mouse game you've been playing?
I just finished it, like, just before stream. It was called, Underborough, or not, Winterborough.
Yeah. It looked like a fun little adventure game. I liked the art style to it.
Yeah. Well,
Very,
it's those old, like, fairy tale and stories, like, Benjamin Rabbit and such like that, or Peter Cottontail and all that. Like, that old...
Yeah.
I wish I knew how to, like, read, like, do that old watercolor style of art that those old storybooks do.
I mean, I bet you could figure it out, You're especially with how good you are at painting stuff, so...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You are the paintiest boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever messed with watercolor a lot. It was usually just acrylic slapped on a model,
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, maybe that's the cue to check it out at least.
Yeah. I'd also like to see, like, Lady Red's rendition, too.
Oh, I'm sure she'd do it well.
I'm sure
but
she'd
I'd also like to see yours as well, Not to keep me like do it, but in a way. I just like to encourage people to make stuff,
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. Yes, this is more my speed when it comes to mice posting. I don't know what you'd call it.
I gotta say, someone who genuinely surprised me is with this thing I'm working on, this secret thing. But as, unspoken voice actors go, strangely enough, I didn't realize ODST had it in him. But ODST...
No, I don't think I've ever thought about him as a voice actor either, so...
Yeah, well, and you think, with his speech impediment and big difficulty, he actually does a really good job.
Yeah, well, some of that might just come down to nerves, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, sometimes it's like the fastest swimmer I ever met had only one arm, so, and I know all these guitarists that have only one functioning hand.
Yeah, it's the Def Leppard drummer who's only got the one arm, and he's still still goes at it.
Yep.
Well, it's probably because they have to practice the hardest at it, so they, make up for it. Like, it's like the blind master who could kick your ass.
I'm sure that may be part of it, yeah.
You tell people they can't do something, and then they're going to go and do it. And the truth is, disabilities can, disable you, but some people just have that willpower.
Yeah, I definitely think will comes in a lot when it comes to things like, learning a skill and such. I mean, that whole idea of 10,000 hours makes you a master. That is not hyperbole.
Yeah.
Like, I don't consider myself a master by any means, but I definitely know it took me 10,000 hours to get where I'm at. I may have mentioned this on stream or not, but when we were at the meetup, Diggs wanted to look through my sketchbooks, and he was looking, because of course I brought like 5 of them, because that's me, But he was just like, yeah, I noticed you draw the same thing a lot in here. It's like, that's your method of learning. And like, absolutely, man.
Yep. A lot of people don't fully appreciate just how much repetition goes into learning how to do a thing.
It does. It really does. And, you know, I think really the key thing when it comes to practicing stuff is to just, like... Because that's something that I always kind of struggled with, I guess, when I was younger, is just, like, how to practice stuff. And I always felt like I needed to, like, take formal art classes to learn the skills that I needed. And, you know, to be fair, I've had a few classes here and there. I've had teachers teach me stuff. I definitely learned a lot from my graphic design major, which largely is a bit unrelated to, you know, illustration, but a lot of the same art principles apply. But, you know, it really, a lot of it just comes down to just finding a way to practice that will make you want to practice, keep you engaged in practicing, you know? And for me, that was just like, I mean, I drew a lot of sci-fi and robots and stuff, you know? But that's what inspired me to create and draw.
Yeah. Well, and we have, okay, so this isn't Whacker, this is just a regular mouse and mousiness.
I mean, I could draw Whacker as a mouse as well.
Yeah. He is the rat fuck of our group.
I'll do him next.
You never need a cause to draw Whacker.
No, I don't. Didn't I threaten to draw him as a pony?
Yes.
From the horse racing game? Okay, I thought so. Hi, Pudding. My cat has come to bother me for foods once again, because even though he's getting fed shortly once my beloved wife comes home, he still hungers. Because he's a hungry boy. Oh, that's not the textured pen I wanted.
I didn't remember finding this animation someone did where they're like, he's like, oh, you're using light art instead of drawing by hand. Oh, and they're sitting about how great they are, and then like,
oh Christ,
he's sitting there like constantly like drawing and then sketching and then undoing while the guy's just, you know, using the line art to correct little by little, and he gets it done, and the guy like explodes from frustration.
Yeah, there's a bit of that whole horses are gonna go by the wayside because of Parr's routine there that I think people take too far to heart.
And you know, I think part of it just comes from, I guess, from lack of a better term, you know, a bit of snob or snobby look of disdain at, you know, different kinds of art. Because when most people think of like fine art, they think of like classical paintings and stuff, you know, which I mean, first of all, art is entirely subjective, and fine art is just like in terms of like an era of art, not necessarily a quality of art, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, for think about how many cartoon characters are just so well known, and it's just like line art and illustration designs like that. That's art unto itself. And also, you know, just in terms of subjective pieces of art. I mean, for goodness sakes, you go to the Philly Art Museum, they got the Dada exhibit of Marcel Duchamp, and he's got the fountain in there, which is my favorite Dada piece. And I think I've talked about it before, but it's a urinal.
Yeah. You were saying like anybody will call anything art if they feel like savvy enough to do so.
Yeah. I guess, you know, it's definitely something I'm passionate about and like talking about. I just feel like I don't want to sound like I'm coming off as pretentious or anything when I talk about this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've certainly got my own opinions, but I'm not about to say I'm the end-all be-all on that shit, because, good lord, nobody is.
Yeah.
I mean, the most disdain I'll show is AI stuff, which I'm not going to get into because I've talked about it more than enough.
Yes, please.
No, I'm not going to get into it, believe me. But, you know, but at the same time, though, I just rather encourage people to make stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And to go back to the whole like fine art point, that's just a method of making art, but that's not the method, and you could find your own way of doing stuff, which is honestly something that took me a long time to, I guess kind of wrap my head around. Is just like, just because my art doesn't look like the way I think it should doesn't mean it's not something special or, something that matters or that doesn't matter, I guess. But
yeah.
Sorry, I feel like I'm kind of rambling at this point, but yeah, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I'm letting you ramble because I'm building this,
Look, I can't bitch. I'm drawing on him on paint.net,
Yeah, you're doing it like the classy way.
You're doing it
Classy.
The 2010 shitpost DeviantArt way.
Yeah, classy.
So, Kirspy, I found a YouTuber you might like.
Oh, yeah?
Called Frankie Faye.
I don't think I've heard of them.
She is an art major. She teaches art and is an artist, and specifically understands art critique. So, like, this is somebody who actually knows what they're talking about.
Okay.
And how to analyze art down to, like, what is the theme here, what is the line work, etc. What am I looking at very specifically, what's the psychology of the painter. And she uses it to analyze bad art from the internet.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
So, like, it's sort of the art equivalent of, a while back there was one guy who did, like, Masterpiece Fireside Theater, but he would read really bad fan fiction.
I have a horrible burning curiosity to know if she reviews Chris Chan's work.
She does.
Oh my god, okay, yeah, you send me a link to this.
But yeah, not just Chris Chan, but, like, she also goes over, like, obviously there's the P word comes up a lot.
Yeah,
but,
ponies.
And so it's just like, oh boy. But, so, like, do be warned that, her stuff is still YouTube appropriate, but it's like, it skirts the edge, because she's talking about internet art. Like, it's gonna come
That's
up.
fine. Honestly, that part doesn't necessarily bother me. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like some really wow, you're into that, huh? But that's a whole other conversation we don't need to get into.
She also gets into, like, that time Sears accidentally sold pornographic artwork on its products and stuff like that.
I forgot about that story.
Yeah, and she goes into, like, the history of that, and then, like, the weird cultures of art that form around either, like, Tumblr or 4chan or Reddit or
Oh, there's quite awful. A culture there.
And it's rather funny, a lot of it.
I'm down to watch it. Send me a link to that. I'll check it out later.
Yeah.
There we go. We've got our mouse or rat, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you can kind of interchange the two as long as you're not.
Excuse me, sir. May I have more cheese? I found this cheese behind the dumpster, sir.
Sorry, now for Whacker the rat.
Crispity, crunchity, butter Furby, says Bully Snake.
I mean, it would definitely be crunchy if you ate a Furby.
Yes. Oh god, and there's one of the videos where if you watch it, it explains where Flexair came from.
Oh my god. Okay, if she does like a visual analysis of Flexair,
I'm of Flexair itself, but like all of the weird memes that were in that, especially all the how shall we say, suspiciously hyper-muscular, handsome men that are in that.
Yes.
And like,
this suspiciously hyper-muscular men that show up in a lot of memes and the interesting documentaries they star in.
Yeah, that. So, yeah, it's just like, I feel like I'm going to show that to Techie, and either he's going to laugh or his soul's going to break.
Maybe he'll sit there and he'll do like the Citizen Kane clap at the end.
Yeah. That seems very correct for him.
We're not gonna get flagged if I draw a middle finger, right?
Yes, UNC. I have seen the Long Furby Instagram account.
Oh, you mean Long Furby fam? I know that guy. Actually, that's where I've gotten several of my cursed children from.
Yeah. Load. Please define. I do not know this Tom of Finland.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think there's several cursed Furby accounts online.
Yeah.
Actually, fun little fact about that. One of the cursed Furbies that we got was from this one Instagram account that my wife won in a contest. And that Furby was not only in our wedding engagement pictures, but he was the guest of honor at our wedding. And I think my wife is bringing me him.
Yay!
Oh, I thought you were bringing me... No, you don't have to. It's fine.
Hi, child.
Oh, never mind. She's bringing me the boy.
Hello,
my son. My son, Gustavo. Do I have a picture I can show of him real... You know what? I'll just... fuck. I got a picture somewhere of the boy, but he's currently sitting next to me. He is a Furby peep.
Yes. Well, again, Logan, we are dancing around the subject for let's not quit Rambo kind of reasons. But yes, okay, I see what you're saying. I get
it's a broad subject to get into.
Like, we can talk about the thing in the sense of it exists, but like, we should not be getting into the fine details. Translation: Kirspy really did find his soulmate. Yes, Kirspy's wife is
oh, dude,
she's funny.
She's great. She's the one that actually kind of started the whole cursed Furby thing because she introduced me to it, and then I was just like, "This is amazing. I need more."
You are the true acolyte, but she is.
She is an absolutely wonderful lady, and I am very lucky to have met her. Actually, our first date anniversary was last weekend, which was nice. We got a nice breakfast together, but our first date was so funny because it was us meeting up at the local theater to see the movie Glass, which, don't watch that movie. It's not fun. But we just awkwardly sat through Glass, and then I was just, like, leaving the theater, and I was like, you know what, I want to see her again. So, next day, I asked her if she wanted to get burgers the next day, which we did, and then one thing led to another.
It is hilarious to me how each of... Like, the Legion is, 80%, maybe even 90% male by volume. But the ladies of the Legion, many of whom are wives of other Legion members, you can see them, like, pulling the strings from behind the scenes in, like, the nature of the Legionnaire they're attached to. So, like, Kirspy is, the furbination of his wife, like the fact that Kiwi is an actually bigger pun troll than Rail is.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, meeting Ether's wife at the meetup.
Oh yeah.
Too. I was just like, yeah, I got a sense of that.
Yeah.
I was so touched when she said that she enjoys my streams. As she's listening right now, hello.
Yay! Hi-oh.
And then she also saw the damned t-shirt I was wearing and was like, oh my god. And I was like, oh, you like them too, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was like the day where I met up with Ginger Bitters for the first time, and she's the one that got me that shirt, so.
Yep.
I would love if my wife would want to come to a meetup, but that's also a lot for her, so I totally get it, so.
Well, yeah, and there's something to be said for... Even for, like, I joke that the meetup is,
it's...
Hermit Con each year, so it's like a bunch of people show up, and they're all introverts.
God, that's so true, though.
They're just introverts in the same room.
It's like Wizard Con, we come into our towers.
No, people actually genuinely do have fun, but I think it's one of those.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It just,
but it was
yeah.
it was just funny because there's like some people that I talked to who I was glad to meet, but it was just like I only talked to them like once, and then I just like didn't really see them because they were just kind of being introverty, which is fine. But
well, and even in the Legion there are cliques, but they're not like, oh, you're not allowed to be one of us type cliques.
No,
it's just like, no, there is going to be a natural disposition to hang out with people, A, usually of your time zone, B, something along the lines of the age groups within the Legion, C, certain interest perspectives.
Yeah. You know what? I'm giving this whacker rat flip-flops. Actually, you know what? No, we need to give it Crocs. What am I saying? I'm just gonna send this to Whacker with no context, unless he's watching the stream, in which case, fuck, he got all the context.
I have a date this Friday. I'm super excited.
Ooh, congratulations.
And taking her to see a movie.
Well, don't take her to see Glass.
Oh heavens, no.
Nah.
No, she wants to show me what's it called? Avatar Way of Fire or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, Avatar Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, which when I go to a movie like that, like, okay, I'm paying to watch the special effects budget. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I mean, I always liked that when we went to see the most recent Jurassic Park.
Yeah, and
where it was just like,
if that's what you're there for, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jurassic Park. You're not exactly going to go in for some cerebral movie going. Sometimes you just need a silly movie to do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
And it delivered on that end, so.
Yeah.
I did think the one guy was Orlando Bloom for like the entire movie, and then it turns out he wasn't, but. Which was. I mean, spoilers, he's the bad guy that gets eaten by a dinosaur.
Fair.
No.
Because that doesn't happen in a Jurassic Park movie often enough.
Well, it is a Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah.
Michael Crichton would be spinning in his, office chair. He's still alive, but...
I was going to say, I didn't know he died.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I did the fingers wrong. No wonder this hasn't been looking right to me.
Have you seen the movie The 13th Warrior, Kirspy?
Is that a kung fu movie? In that case, I have not.
No. Michael Crichton, same author who did Jurassic Park. But it's based on his book, The Eaters of the Dead. They just went with the name The 13th Warrior because it sounded like it would sell better. It is a retelling of Beowulf, but there was a 7th century, what do you call him? Muslim diplomat who wrote about kind of the first contact the Arabs had with the Vikings.
Yeah,
And the story is written as if from said Arab's point of view because he gets roped into going on this quest with these other 12 warriors. And it ends up being a retelling of Beowulf, but from a kind of, quote, high realism perspective.
Interesting.
And it's really good. So basically, 13... Okay, so Crichton is dead. Okay. Persian.
Shit.
Yeah, Bully Snake's right. He's Persian, not Arabic. So
well, R.I.P.
Yeah, he's a Khwarezmian. But it's... So 12 Vikings and a Muslim fighting a bunch of insane cannibals.
Yeah, 14 beers at Chili's kind of night.
Yeah. And then Antonio Banderas plays the aforementioned Muslim. I can't remember his actual name.
Interesting casting choice.
Yeah, well, I can't remember his actual name, but everyone in the story calls him Ibn because the Vikings hear him say, like, Ahmed Ibn al-Faham Ibn, and they think that he's saying his name is Ibn, but Ibn is the Muslim word for son of. Or not Muslim, Arabic word for son of. In the same way that you have bin or bot in Hebrew, because they're based off a much older, similar language.
It's all really great to me, man.
And then Vladimir Kulich, the guy who did the voice of Ulfric Stormcloak, plays Wurvai, the Viking leader in it.
Oh, interesting.
you see him if you watch enough European medieval movies. He was in the show Vikings.
Okay.
As Leif. So yeah, a lot of really good casting and such. Really excellent soundtrack too. I could not gush enough about that movie. It's in my top 10. And it's one of those ones, it never quite enters the top 5, but its place in, like, maybe slot number 7 has never been challenged.
Yeah.
So, like, it's solidly locked into my favorite movies.
I will say, I did like watching The Mystery Men the other night. That was
Yep.
That was a good one.
Mystery Men is one of those movies that's like, okay, that's my teenage years right there, is Mystery Men, A Knight's Tale, and the Dragonheart movies, and Man in the Iron Mask.
It scratched that itch for me for like a kind of movie that's like the kind I like, where in terms of just premise and setting and world building, it's just like in this comfortable, fun spot where it's like Demolition Man, or actually I haven't even seen Robot Jock, so I can't say that. Just like a bunch of like 80s movies, like Demolition Man, Space Truckers, just those sorts of movies. It just fits into like that niche in my brain.
Kind of weird
like so much.
sort of things.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Weird future.
Yeah,
I love that stuff.
Okay, so I was incorrect. Michael Crichton did die in 2008.
Damn.
Lake
You know
Raptors
what?
finally got him.
Lake Hanser got him.
Oh, the giant crab. That's pretty metal.
Yeah, fuck the giant crab.
More protection.
Wait, when you said Mystery Men, do you mean the superhero movie where they're all like weird?
Yes.
You know, that's a pretty good representation of like a tabletop, RPG of
It
superheroes.
really is.
So when I showed it, Andy, and unfortunately you couldn't make it, but I was just like, our entire group is in this movie. You can just point at a character and be like, that's the whacker of the group. That's the each character. Now it's funny because Andy's character is seemingly invisible, yet his character is in fact one of the most important. Andy would be the Herkimer Battle Jitney, the finest non-lethal military vehicle ever made.
Yeah, I could see that.
Parentheses, Andy, your job is to bash through a wall and then magnetize all the weapons to you.
I thought you meant the kid that's like, I can turn invisible, but only when people aren't looking.
Yeah, no, we determined that was me because of the line, "Hey Dad, I'm going to my room with 3 strange men."
Oh, I forgot about that part.
One of my favorite like characters is like Wise Man. He's like, you're just gonna say one word and then say it a different way or something like that.
The Sphinx. It's like, why am I balancing attack hammer on my head? Because when you balance attack hammer on your head, you can head off your foes with a balanced attack. And why are the watermelon on my feet? I don't remember telling you to do that. What?
God, yeah, just seeing Ben Stiller's character, I'm like, Storm, is this me? Just like, God damn it. I can't even argue it, too.
And then you're like, "Hey, Leon, he said this is me." And Hey, Leon's like, "Oh, yeah, he's right."
Oh, yeah, I was like, motherfucker.
Or you could be the Spleen, which was like,
no, we decided that
his like return to the screen.
We decided that was Big Mike.
Yeah, that's definitely Big Mike. I could see him Dutch ovening people.
The Talon was Baby Bowler, and Diggs was the skull inside of the bowling ball.
Wow, that actually, when you say that, it makes sense. It really makes a lot of sense. Shit.
Well, yeah, just given how kind of bitingly sarcastic she can be, and then, you know, Diggs is like quiet, and then suddenly he's a bowling ball flying through the air at you, and things break.
Yeah, and then prom's tomorrow.
Yep. Whacker was wondering when he was going to get his next profile pic, so here we are.
Oh, there you go. I'm definitely sending this to him later.
Yeah, like, I think one of my favorite lines in a movie ever is in 13th Warrior, where, at first they think they're fighting monsters, and then they start to realize that these are just wild men in, you know, strange outfits and, like, armor. that, they live and fight as if they were bears. And once Eben figures that out, he starts, like, over and over to himself saying, "It's a man. It's a man. It's a man." And he starts getting angrier and angrier and, like, cutting down one enemy after another as he starts to really get into the fight the way the others are. And you can see at that moment that's when the Vikings start to respect him, because they realize he has that dog in him. And,
you got that dog in me.
And he's attacking one down. Wiggleoff gets his attention. He's like, "It's all right, little brother. There are more." And it's like, oh yeah, this is the movie.
God, I had a horrifying thought just now. It's like, wouldn't it be fun to go back in time and get Vikings AK-47s? And then I thought about what I just thought. And I was like, oh god.
The Sphinx is that character's name, Digiman.
Yes.
And we decided that was Helion.
I forget who that guy was that played him, but I swear I saw him before.
Oh yeah, no, he's in Last of the Mohicans, he's one of the Cherokee, and then in the 1990s Street Fighter movie, he's Sagat.
Yeah. Also, I watched Fight Club recently, and I had no fucking idea that Bob is played by Meatloaf.
Yeah, Bob had bitch tits.
I did not know that ever, and then like we're watching it because if I'm honest, I've never up until like last week seen the entirety of Fight Club. I've always seen bits of it, but I've never seen the whole thing. And then we're watching it. My wife's like, "Oh, it's Meatloaf." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. That's his name, Wes Studi. He's a Native American actor.
Ah.
Was more prominent in the 90s and early 2000s. I think he's in his late 70s, so he's probably more or less retired.
Gotcha. Yep, that's a whack rat.
It's a whack rat.
Right back.
He could, like, cut guns in half with his mind. Yeah. So, Andy.
Yes.
Everything I just said about Mr. Amen is also true of A Knight's Tale. You can find all of us in that movie.
I've watched A Knight's Tale, or not A Knight's Tale, 13 Warrior. My sister loved it, probably because it had Antonio Banderas in it.
See. I do
I'm
love
back.
that movie.
Okay.
One of my favorite, one of our favorite parts was like, they're like, "How did you learn our language?" And he goes, "I listened."
Yeah. Like, he's constantly having to speak through the one Viking that can speak Greek. And so they are occasionally talking, and then suddenly at some point he picks up their language, and, they realize, like, oh, this guy's actually clever.
Oh yeah, they're insulting his mother, and so he insults it like, "Your mother is a whore, and your father is a coward," or something like that. And they're like, "How did you learn it?"
No, he says, "My mother was a pure woman, and I at least know who my father was, you pig-eating son of a whore." Which, coming from, a 7th century Muslim, is quite the insult.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, 8th century. But yeah.
Long time ago, either way.
Yeah, really good movie.
Okay, so I'm kind of just working on this here, Andy, for you. But give me like, if you got any like things you want for stuff you want to throw in, feel free to shoot them at me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to draw one too.
Break from that. Yeah, Digimon brings up another great scene where they offer him mead, and he's like, I can taste neither the fermentation of grape nor wheat. And they start laughing and tell him it's honey, so it's like his way of getting around the alcohol thing.
Ah. Sounds like an interesting show.
Yes, I will forestall any further descriptions for it. I could start spoiling the film. It's a really good movie.
I do want to watch the show Blue-Eyed Samurai, just because watching clips of that one villain got me interested in it.
Yeah, I think we were planning on watching it together at some point.
Oh, word. Oh, I'm definitely down for that.
Or at least we mentioned the idea at some point.
Probably. I just forgot.
Yeah.
Ah. Wrong whip.
Okay, so what are you drawing this particular time? It's a mouse, obviously. Like.
Yeah, it's Andy, do you want to explain it?
It's an idea for a setting I'm thinking of. It's kind of like one of those, storybook tales from the perspective of, mice and woodland creatures.
A fable.
Yeah, and it's been winter for like an abnormally amount of time, probably like 7 or so years, and so the creatures are like, what the hell's going on? It's like winter survival, maybe a little bit of adventure and all that, and like one thing I'd like to work on is like the mystery of like, well, why has it been winter for so long? But that's kind of like the background mystery. It's like some of the main things would be like trying to search for food and stuff, and maybe like look for other colonies or look for like stuff like that. And the thing is, I was thinking, it's like, you know what? There probably couldn't be any lizards or frogs in the setting because they'd obviously be hibernating. Maybe there'd be like a settlement where like it's like a hot water spring or something like that. But I don't know if toads hang around something like that.
Well,
I mean, I'm just gonna say this much: it's anthropomorphic animals, so why do you need to worry about it as much?
I guess.
Maybe you could do that.
Maybe
so
I
there's
can do
like
whatever
a bunch
the fuck
of
I want. And I can tell everybody else.
maybe there's like some kind of clan of toads that's just hanging around like a water heater or something, or a hot spring.
Yeah.
I mean that. Never mind. I feel like I'm about to go off on another tangent.
Oh yeah, like that's where stopped you.
No, you're right. I mean that's the thing. It's like I'm all for like
Hey, Rimward.
having sort of hard rules for a setting and such, but at a certain point you just get have fun with it.
Like, I want there to be enough like realism in there to like not bother or like not cause a scratch or an itch in the back of the mind,
Yeah, so that's where you get into the keywords enough realism.
Yeah, enough realism.
Suspension of disbelief is a thing that I think people kind of take for granted.
Yeah.
I mean, what they could be like some mice would, after a while, some mice would like unbury their toad neighbors and like warm them up and be like, hey man, it's been winter for like 3 years. And they're like, what?
Yeah, do something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and the other thing is, it means like the truly warm places, they are desirable, but they're also dangerous because a lot of the larger reptiles have claimed them. That's how you have
yeah,
because if you're mice, a rattlesnake is a fuck-mothering dragon.
Oh yeah, or owls. Like if you watch The Secret of Nim, like
Amazing movie.
Matter of fact, in that Winterboro movie or the game I played, there's an owl in there too, and it's like, oh yeah, it just comes around, just fucks everything up. Good job.
Yep. Oh, to be
But yeah,
less than a
giant
pound.
snake. And the thing is you know, in a fantasy, it'll talk to you. It's like, what are you doing in my lair, little mouse?
Yep.
Do you think they'd have
It's
snowshoes?
not often that dinner brings itself to me.
I'm trying to think of what their outfits would be like.
I mean, you could go with Redwall and have them kind of be like very pastoral medieval.
I mean, I've got some ideas. It's just more of like, you know, like for example, do I want? Yeah, I think I got some ideas here.
It doesn't necessarily have to be medieval. It could be like coats and waistbands and such.
Well,
like.
we were talking about it last night, but it was like the frog and toad.
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
it?
Like storybook shit.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about realism. If just more believability. That's kind of how I look at things, rather than just straight realism.
Yeah.
Because
believability is probably the better word.
yeah.
Would I buy this even on discount? So I'm currently playing a Fort Indoor Fortress where
Yeah.
normally one of the big problems is too many people, like too many bards want to come to your village. And you know, like that can be a problem. In this though, because of where I'm located, it's not too many bards, it's monster slayers from the cities nearby.
Ah.
And so my town basically just has a free militia.
Hey man, free help's always good.
Frostmonk's storybook is interesting, as Rimworld said.
What did I describe it last night? Like something. Well, it was right. Watership Down meets The Terror.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's a weird movie I should watch? Rango?
Looks like he's in a bathroom.
Or Ringo?
I hear that's a good one.
It's like got little animals in it, but there's a scene where a human shows up who I think is supposed to like be a manifestation of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Or are there humans? I don't understand, to be honest.
Yes, because it starts out with the main character being like a domestic pet, and then accidentally falling out and getting involved with a bunch of wild animals who are living in essentially the Wild West. But yeah, it's a solid movie.
Just thinking of like giant earmuffs. Yeah. I like that idea.
Yeah, I had been playing with an idea for a setting like that at one point, and the character I wanted to play was a kangaroo rat. So jumping rat that was styled up in the fashion of a Final Fantasy Lancer.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna drop on you, motherfucker!
All 2.5 ounces of me.
Well, you know, that's 2.5 ounces more than, say, the regular mouse. But yeah.
I think those kangaroo mice are like even smaller, right? They're like tiny.
No, you're thinking of a jumping mouse. A kangaroo rat is actually rat-sized.
Oh. Oh yeah, I mentioned this somewhere, but like, I've seen a few articles that say that raccoons are starting to heavily self-domesticate.
Oh yeah,
they're starting to evolve features that make them cuter and such, and in the eyes of humans, like big round eyes and like little snouts and ears and stuff.
Yeah. Stuff to make them obnoxiously cute. Or that is how they get all of our sweet yummies.
They absolutely do. I've seen some interesting videos of like domesticated raccoons that people have.
Oh yeah. I had an uncle that had like a pet raccoon.
And some of us have an uncle who is the pet raccoon. Wait.
Animals are on raccoons are on that very thin edge of like animals you really shouldn't domesticate.
Well, yeah, they're basically like a slightly nicer badger.
I think chimpanzees.
I think they're on the like if there's an edge between domesticate and don't domesticate, badgers like right against the don't domesticate part.
No,
where ferrets are like on the other edge of go ahead and domesticate, because sometimes I look at ferrets and I'm like, I don't think we should be having these things as pets.
Yeah, I think you meant to say I think you meant to say raccoon, because a badger is something you definitely don't.
Oh yeah, raccoon. Yeah.
Although that was one of my favorite things in the Redwall books were the badger lords. The idea of like badgers as berserkers.
Depends on the badger. Honey badger, absolutely.
Yeah. You look like
mushroom.
You look at an English country badger, and it's like, I will invite you in for tea and crumpets. You look at the American honey badger, it's like, I'm going to shank you for my meth habit.
Yeah, honey badger don't give a fuck.
Yep. And Rimword reminds me that there is in fact a setting called Mouse Guard that you should look up, Andy.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Bloomborough is cozy ease.
I always like those, they show up on PBS every once in a while where it would be like, the country mouse went into the city to visit his cousin. Oh, cousin, hello, welcome. And they almost get hit by traffic, and country mouse is like, oh, it's much safer in the country.
Yep. I'm gonna have to send you, there's a story that my rabbi wrote. Because my rabbi writes, he's like published 28 books now.
Damn.
2 of them are children's books, and they are centered around a character jokingly called Mousy, but whose name is Mousefred, because if you're a man called Manfred, then why not be a mouse called Mousefred? Who is a young sorcerer in training. And they're very cute. And then there's his other stuff. Then there's his sci-fi stuff in his westerns, which are not cute. He is brutal.
Well, now I'm curious about those.
But then again, a man who has spent a good portion of his life memorizing the Old Testament may know how to write a good western.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Old Testament, but in the West?
Not that it's...
Old West... The Old Western.
I know, but I'm just thinking, like...
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Pulled out his gun and took a shot at David. Man, I'm sheriff around here, boy.
Yep. Yeah, if you want the chance, I'll share those links with you guys later.
I'm certainly curious.
Holy Snake tells us that American badgers have a notch in their jawbone that allows it to lock in place. The only way to remove the badger that is unwilling to let go is to break its jaw. They are notorious.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no. American badgers are fucking violent.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, just think of like it. Usually, the badger in shows is like the English badger, I think, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
English badgers are, like I said, they're going to invite you in for tea and crumpets.
Well, they'll invite you in tea for crumpets, but they'll be kind of like, well, I guess you better come in and have some crumpets.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the American Badger practices castle doctrine.
Yep. Even if it's not their castle.
It's like, how did a badger learn how to use a shotgun?
Very carefully.
Hold on.
I mean, usually when they show like the American animal, like the most American, like hillbilly redneck character, it's a possum.
Yeah. I'm going to say there's one thing about the trade system in Dwarf Fortress. It scratches a weird mode, which is it is a game mechanic that I dislike, but I'm glad it's in there.
It definitely makes you have to plan.
Well, part of it's like, okay, you have to make sure you don't accidentally sell wood to the elves, because then shit happens. You have to make sure that you're not just clicking on certain things as like, oh yeah, I want to buy this whole bin of this product. Because the product may be cheap, but the bin is made out of some higher end wood, so the bin ends up being more expensive. Stuff like that. So it's like, you actually do have to kind of think like a trader.
Oh yeah, that's looking good.
Excellent.
What do you think, Andy?
That looks right proper, that.
Oh dear. Now I'm probably going for a more like squat, maybe cartoony or cutesy look for, but that's a pretty. He almost looks like a wandering skaven.
A little bit.
It's fucking cold out here.
I might have put a bit of rat in there, but you know.
What's all right. Fucking cat.
Even close. Yeah. Yeah, his story, it's predicated on the idea of like, once there were a tall folk that ruled the world, but they're gone now.
We were the giants.
Yeah.
They might be giants.
Imagine giants.
Oh god.
Holy shit.
You know, when I'm walking around in a super center or something like that, I sometimes wonder, imagine it's from a perspective of like it's nighttime, all the humans are gone, and like you're like a roach or a mouse walking through, and you just, to your perspective, it's miles and miles of perfectly flat and quote unquote tiled ground, and you look up and there's like miles high of these pillars. You know, it's just like the same thing over and over. It's like, you know, the Moria where you have like these giant pillars and stuff. Imagine that, but like 8 times worse. It's like you're getting lost. You're getting lost in a man-made structure that, you know, is almost as big as the sky or something like that.
I mean, that just makes me think of cosmic horror.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's that one. Someone did a little black and white cartoon where it was like, imagine if a bunch of ants tried to summon you like Cthulhu.
Well, yeah, there's that one where it's showing, you know, the scientists gently coaxing certain animals out of their, you know, erstwhile shells, which were pieces of garbage or whatever. and getting them to go into a better shell so that he could then remove the garbage from the situation. And, this looks cute to us, but then it's like, imagine if a Lovecraftian being came down from heaven, offered you a different piece of headwear, and told you your hat was trash.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't tell him. He just, like...
Yeah.
A benevolent, like, being. Well, the funny thing is, I don't know how much of it is, like, true and how much of it is just, like, happenstance or setup, but there's a lot of videos where it seems like an animal comes up to people and asks for help. Like, there are definitely, like, signs of, like, whales coming up with, like, bits of rope and hooks and stuff, and, humans taking it out for them.
Oh, whales are incredibly intelligent.
Oh, yeah. Well, but there are other animals that do it, too. Like, I remember...
Ravens and crows can be like that. And magpies.
There are some sharks that were like... Sharks would do it, too. I like how, like, sand sharks apparently just pick a favorite human, and then, like, they chase other sharks away. It's like, no, that's mine.
It's like what crows do, kinda.
Yeah. Have you ever seen somebody try to talk to Tex without Crow's permission? He chases them off now. I'm joking.
I do want to see that. Just chases after him with like an umbrella that he's opening and closing very fast.
Apparently, in some places, it's illegal to have pet crows and ravens because people tend to train them to like pickpockets.
Yep.
Oh, that's fun.
They are nature's klepto. It's time for kleptomaniacs.
Well, they're gonna steal tonight, Brain. The same thing we try to steal every night, Pinky. The Declaration of Independence.
The same thing we try to steal every night, Pinky. Texas catalytic converter. Opossums have memes for a reason. They have no brain cells. They can only be pets if you get them really young. Otherwise, they're too dumb to change their mind about people and will be scared forever, says Bully Snake.
Yeah.
Brings Warpstone to all the treacherous and naughty Skaven claws. I can dig it.
Are you good or bad? Well, yeah, another subject. I've been asking a few people about joining a Traveler game.
Oh yeah, we were. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down for it. I just don't want to run it.
I want to play either the big, strong, silent type, or I want to play a kind of like utility droid that is itself with like self-augmentation and like just endlessly improving itself and shit.
I just like the idea of what looks like the Nintendo Rob in a closet trying to jam like human eyeballs into its face while Rob Zombie's more human than a human plays.
Fair. So I will say that with a Traveler game, Andy, one thing to consider is be ready for the character to not turn out exactly how you expect. Like,
absolutely.
Remember my system, how that sort of happened? Now multiply that by it's far more random than my system.
Oh
yeah. Like
I guess I could deal with that as long as I could be like, can at least be a robot.
Yeah, and that's something you have to arrange with the DM ahead of time, because like you do get to pick your race and such. The thing that's randomized is like the career your character goes through, because you may drive in a direction, but whether your character succeeded or not is up to the dice and your stats as you've laid them out. So, like, you can try to get into college, but if your education is too low, then that actually becomes difficult. So, in a way, you have to deal with the hands you're dealt, and at the same time, it's basically the game is this is your character. You do decide, but it's going to be the hand you're dealt kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Which is part of why it's fun. A lot of people are initially very skeptical of that. I was, but honestly, it's been some of my favorite tabletop that I've ever played.
I don't know if I've necessarily played the system, but we used the character creation when we did our Waypoint Station game, and that made for an interesting character, because I think originally I wanted to be a Marine or something, but I didn't get in, so I went to the Navy and actually got really good with my pilot skill, which came in handy later in the game.
Yeah, like my character Klaus, which I showed you that drawing I did of him, the wolf guy with the mechanical arm.
I think so. I don't remember off the top of my head,
but yeah, he went into school to become a lawyer. And while he made it through the first steps of the appropriate training and such, he ended up not being able to land a job as a scholar, which is the path you would have to get hired by a law firm. And so then he went into the Navy and ended up actually discovering that he was quite the capable pilot.
Yep, honestly, that's sort of similar to my character, minus the law school part.
And so he was the ship's pilot / helmsman, but occasionally was also the ship's closest thing to a legal advocate. Because he actually understood law on at least a paralegal level, if not a lawyer's level.
Your Honor, my client did not faze that man.
Your Honor, my client's an idiot.
You know what? That sounds more like a traveler lawyer.
Imagine a lawyer stands up when he's about to present his case, he straightens his jacket, coughs, and then pulls out a gun and fires it in the air, and everybody just starts trying to escape. Your Honor! Bam, 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 bam.
You just reminded me of the thing Tex was talking about the other day, where it was how when they renovated the ceiling in the Capitol, they found a bunch of fucking musket balls up there because senators used to shoot their guns up there.
Yep.
It's just shit.
God bless America.
America. I know there's that one famous story of the one senator beating the other with a cane, which is just
I think that was Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, it wasn't a senator; it was a president.
Oh, I don't remember.
He's got a bunch of shit.
I'm going to put it out on a limb and say there might have been multiple instances of cane beatings in Congress.
Yeah, but in the famous case is that a would-have-been assassin attempted on Andrew Jackson, and the pistols malfunctioned only for Jackson to jump on him and just start beating the ever-loving shit out of him with a cane.
That sounds like Andrew Jackson.
Yes.
Jackson was the reason that guns and canes aren't allowed into Congress anymore, because...
Also sounds like Jackson. I think there needs to be more sword cane fights in society and make things interesting. We don't have to necessarily make them swords.
Challenging each other for TikTok videos and stuff and getting hurt.
Yeah. I like the idea, instead of having it be a sword, replace it with a cattle prod.
Mm-hmm.
You still get the sword duel, but it's just more electrifying for the crowd, I guess.
Oh, I see what you did there. Shut up, Whacker.
Wait, what?
Man, shit.
He's not even here. Andy, are you hallucinating again?
Are you sure about that?
Oh my god. I just thought of a really awful version of Fight Club, or better version of Fight Club, where Andy is Edward Norton's character, and then Whacker is Tyler Durden.
Yep.
I know he's not here.
So you were suggesting that Whacker and Andy were the same person the whole time?
Yes.
Good, man.
Spoilers if you haven't seen Fight Club.
Yes, apologies. I should have prefaced that.
I did kind of spoil it though, so. I also watched it last week, so it's definitely been on my mind.
Cat, do you insist on stomping on the keyboard? Go sit down.
Stomping on my keys, do 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 do.
I did it for the keys.
Yeah.
Returning mother to the planet.
Say it's looking pretty good.
I'm trying to think of it because someone did a skit where they had like this SpongeBob like walking skit, but they did it over One Winged Angel.
Yeah.
Oh no! Isn't that from Final Fantasy?
Yeah, it's the Sephiroth theme. Alternate
Step girl in the back.
Stabbing earth in the chest. Do, 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 do.
Alternatively, he's got syphilis. He got it from Mary Sephiroth.
You know the thing about syphilis is like that's a genetic that's like a bad disease you get from your parents, right?
No, it's a venereal disease.
Well, it can be transmitted through birth as well.
I did not know that part.
I'm just saying that sounds
what
like
is apparently
would have got from Hojo.
It's also worth noting that what's it called? STDs that are passed on to your children do tend to have like a higher tolerance for the thing, so it may just be dormant in them. But yeah, like that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, shit's fucked.
Did you guys know that syphilis is the one disease that the natives gave to European settlers?
Does not surprise me.
Because it was not present in Europe until like the 1500s, I think. And also the way they used to treat it back then, not great.
Are you saying that medieval and like Renaissance medicine might not have been the best practice form? You know,
put the fun in fun ethical.
They put the fun in funeral arrangements.
They put the mercury syringe in the urethra. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, Jesus.
I wish I was joking, but that was the treatment for syphilis, was mercury injections, which didn't work.
Funny how that works.
Lord, it turns out mercury is bad for the human body. Also, stop eating lead plates.
Eating on lead plates.
So
if they're
good.
eating lead plates, we have a whole different problem going on.
No, he's eating the lead plates.
Hey man, sometimes you
It
get hungry.
tastes like salt.
Okay, so let's see.
Why does it taste like salt?
My grandmother, Boo Porch says, my grandmother was a midwife, and she used to have to smear this black paste stuff into the eyes of newborns, protecting them from gonorrhea.
That's a hell of a job.
Yeah, and I cannot stress this enough, the literal fuck. Yeah. That said, let's move on to a different topic, but,
Oh, I was gonna start talking about how medical students used to grave rob, but yeah, we can change
well,
this.
I like we can talk about that, but, like, we don't want to spend too long on...
We don't want to, yeah. For some reason, it just seems like a very uncomfortable topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's... Medical students were a very interesting bunch back in the day. No, to be fair, they kind of didn't really...
causing problems.
To be fair, they really didn't have much of a choice if they wanted to learn.
Studying corpses for the majors.
Yeah.
Human blood on their pages. Oh, Lord.
You are a silly boy, Andrew, and we love you for it.
Dun 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 dun. Sometimes I do that, and I kind of hope I cause a buzz in your brain, Storm. Song's like, wait a minute.
You do. It's fine.
Time, what is time?
That's a very pink. I don't know if I want to go that pink with it. Honk. That'll work. I feel like I've said this several times before, but it is weird how good this has made me with color coordination.
They need to make, since they keep like making Souls-like game, I want a Souls-like game, but like mouse guard. And you come up on a goose, it's a honking tragedy, and you see like the health bar come up, and you hear da 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 da.
See, I had a different thought where I want a Souls-like game, but it's like you're a homeless guy, which probably would not be a very sensitive game to make.
If you think about it, that is a home. That's that, you know.
I mean, with how many rogue-like games, you're essentially a murder hobo. Why not?
Well, no, I mean, like, you usually are homeless because you're like one of the forgotten dead or something like that. Like,
yeah. Oh God, I'm hitting every button other than the one I want to. Sorry, Storm. We keep cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say literally what Andy said, which is the vast majority of like Souls-like characters are homeless.
Yeah.
They're usually like downtrodden. Like, what are they called in the first one? Where it's like they
Hollow.
Yeah, the Hollow, because they were like, they were kind of dead but not dead. Like,
yeah,
because I think in that universe you didn't die originally, and then that started happening.
I'm not dead yet.
So what it was that Gwyn, the Lord of Light, forced men to take a fleeting form, for their souls had no shape, but in so doing condemned them to mortality. So the mark of the Dark Soul is literally our souls as they were rejecting our bodies.
Interesting. Very metal.
Well, it's also inspired by Berserk.
Yes.
Heavily.
I legitimately thought you were going to say it was inspired by Missoura, and I'm just like, I could see it. But yeah, I mean, I've played Souls-like games. They're not for me, but I definitely have ideas for ones that could be interesting.
I played Demon Soul.
Not a bad game.
It wasn't. I beat it, so I can't beat that.
I've tried Souls games, but yeah, it's.
I want to play. I want to go back and play that that machine one.
The Surge.
Yeah.
That one looked interesting.
There's even like a sequel to it.
Yeah, there is, I think. The Surge 2, The Surgeoning.
You say that and just like System of a Down started playing in my head, so here we are. It's non-stop disco.
Yeah,
Bet you it's the disco. Bet you didn't know who.
It's a violent pornography. The kind of shit you get on your TV.
Turn off your TV.
Crawling in my skin, these wounds, they will not heal. To be honest, that shit sounds like Donald would sing. I want to sing.
Oh my god,
like
Donald singing Linkin Park is fucking. My ears are bleeding just thinking about it.
The only character I could think of singing Hurt would be Donald Duck, and you couldn't stand it after a while.
No, I think Goofy could sing. I think Goofy could sing Hurt.
Quinless noticed me singing Blind Guardian a moment ago. This makes me happy.
Because I want to do Hurt with Donald Duck singing, and it shows flashback of Donald Duck in like his World War II cartoons where he's like, like he's got PTSD.
Yep.
I want to hear Mickey Mouse sing Holiday in Cambodia.
Imagine if they had like a Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all that in like Vietnam era cartoons.
So
there's an animation I need to find and send you later, Andy.
Yeah, there were some humorous ones that some people made. Well, they start out humorous and then they get serious.
Yeah. There's one animator in particular whose work I need to find.
Well, I
for
saw the
that.
one where Goofy is like, I want to go home and see my wife.
I think that's probably the one I'm thinking of, because that's the same guy that did like Thomas the Tank Engine at the Nuremberg trials.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a what's his name? Right. A friend of mine was talking about, there are some weird things that people kind of forget in the canon of Disney cartoons.
Yeah, I can see that.
They're shown, and it's not like it's really a hard canon. It's a Disney cartoon, right? But let's just assume for the sake of the joke that it is. Well, if you watch the old Goofy cartoons before, like, Goof Troop and such, there's this on-running joke about, Goofy's, Goofy and his wife, they have kids and such, but one day Goofy ends up with a kid that doesn't look like him, who has, like, bright red hair. And the mailman with bright red hair accidentally kisses Goofy thinking it's his wife, when he comes to the door at some point. Now, this is an old meme of like, yeah, your wife is probably sleeping with the milkman or the mailman or something like that. And, that's just those stupid little things that animators hide in things for gits and shiggles. But then you get to Goof Troop, where Goofy's a single father. And you can make assumptions based on this. Obviously, this is probably taking it further than anybody writing it thought of. And then you combine that with Donald Duck probably having PTSD. His behavior matches it. He's a sailor from World War II. All that wonderful jazz. And then you consider how much more interesting Kingdom Hearts could have been.
See, my brain, as soon as you said like him adopting a kid with red hair, I really thought of the animation with who's the guy, the other guy in the Goofy show, who's like the bad guy essentially. Pete. Yeah, and that Pete video is like, Goofy, my wife's looking really good, isn't she?
Well,
oh God, yeah.
Why, you think my Goofy, you think my wife is hot, don't you? Yeah.
You know what?
You want to do her, do you? Oh, no, Pete, I wouldn't think about that. Oh, come on, Goof.
It's such a weird...
The thing is I can see Pete doing that, too. It's because it's
horrible,
yeah,
but yes.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, fucked up memes where it's just like, this is so fucked, but I can't not, like, I can't look away. It's like a car accident of a meme. It's like there's this one video I'm thinking of, which I am not going to talk about in the slightest because on stream, but there's just one video where it's just like so fucked up, but at the same time it's just like, it's so weird, I need to see it.
Digiman reminds us that, Scrooge would be the one singing Hurt. B, Goofy is canonically one of the big three Disney characters who has canonically had sex.
Oh my God, I just had a horrible thought. I just had the thought of Pete singing Rusty Cage by Soundgarden.
I mean...
I'm gonna break my rusty cage!
Jeez. But yeah, no, I mean...
Yeah, I guess canonically Goofy has goofed.
Well, there is that one. Someone did a fan animation where Goofy is about to talk about the birds and the bees to his son. And he's like, "Oh no, Max, your dad doesn't have sex. He fucks."
He yucks.
And then he's like, "I don't know if I'm going to talk about this anymore, Dad." He's like, "That's good. Me neither, son. Goodbye." And kisses him on the head and leaves.
It's an alpha move. Just gaslighting your son out of the talk by talking about it.
Well, gaslighting your son out of ever wanting to do the deed.
That's true. He's like, I don't know if I ever want to have sex. He says, that's the best I could ever hope for, son. Well, it's kind of sad that Max and Roxanne don't stay together. Canonically.
Did they not?
Nope.
I mean, allegedly.
Somehow that just caused me to imagine the scene from fucking, what's it called? Moulin Rouge. But it's Max singing Roxanne, You Don't Have to Sell Your Body.
You don't have to
Roxanne! You don't have to yuck on the red light.
God, we're horrible people. Hey, TK, you've come in for one of our more cursed conversations.
Oh, as opposed to any other one. I didn't even get to bring up the
Roxanne
drinking game.
This is definitely one of the more cursed ones.
Yeah, there was a guy I worked with who told me about the Roxanne drinking game where you take a shot every time they say Roxanne in that song. It's a very short game because you will probably be dead if you play it afterwards, but...
Yeah.
You know.
Goat texting me like, "Hey Storm, are you okay with like really squick out body horror for the next game of Traveler?" And I'm like, Goat, I am playing Fuchter Victor von Frankenstein in your game. Yes.
You say squick out body horror, and I just imagine the Thing, but all the Thing monsters are squick. Which would make for a very interesting movie.
Sensible, understandable even.
Randolph P. Checkers, the squick, coming to soon to a IMAX near you. Oh, look at our little Mouseketeer.
That's more like Splinter's lost son trying to find his way through New York.
Hey, it could be. You don't know. Alright, now to do some wizardry. Maybe. I don't know. I just do things. I just do things.
I just do things. Ah.
Colonel, I just do things.
Colonel, I need my binky.
Colonel, my tummy hurt. Colonel, I fruit up. Oh, now I want to get a little beret for Pudding because he's got the wonky eye, so now I'm just thinking of him as Solid Snake.
Alright. I'll go ahead and send you what I've got so far.
Cool, I'll post it.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just, I'm not gonna lie, between this and the Dwarf Fortress stuff I'm working on, I've really been kind of experimenting with different shader stuff, and it's been interesting. Give me 1 second here. Oh, I like that. So yeah, there's Andy's version. I definitely get more of like the child storybook perspective from the way you draw it.
Yeah.
I also it kind of reminds me of South Park.
It does.
Yeah, you see.
I was actually tempted on drawing like the South Park characters as mice, as kind of a reference to the winter clothing, but I was like, I don't want to do it. But
counterpoint to it.
Yeah.
God, this just got dark.
It is winter.
Well, no, I'm playing Dwarf Fortress, and one of my citizens just got murdered by the other citizens because there was a spate of child deaths, and they realized that he was murdering children.
Oh, wow, it got real true crime.
Yep.
I'm thinking that Kirspy's like, a Skaven gets teleported to a backrooms dimension that's entirely made out of blue slushy.
Yeah, it gets teleported into the Slurpee machine.
Cursed idea. Tyrannid Furby with a phallic gun that shot small Furbies. Ramshackled madman.
I hate every word that was just uttered in my presence.
And yet, you know that you really don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to see it. You don't want to see it.
I don't want to draw a scrotum on a Furby. I'm just going to say it. I don't think that's a controversial stance to make.
Yeah.
I have a controversial question. You know what? I know neither of you played it, so I won't ask. And it's not really controversial. It's just up to date. But I was going to ask if any of you played Hightail, but I know neither of you have.
No, I've been playing a stalker like called Tunguska. That's been a lot of fun.
Is it multiplayer?
It is not. It is single player. Yes.
Hey, Kirspy, you've been quoted.
Oh, no. I know what the quote is, too. I don't even have to look to know what the quote is. I knew it. God damn it. Put it on my tombstone. No, don't put it on my tombstone, dear God. Be one interesting thing.
You said Call of Tunguska?
Yeah, Tunguska the Visitation. It's on Steam. I think it's still on sale for like under $20. You can get the entirety of the game and all its DLCs. But
it's on sale right now for $6.74, I think. Yeah,
no, it's cheap. It's real cheap. And honestly, for the 20 hours I've played of it, it's been a really enjoyable game that if you like Stalker, I definitely recommend it to people.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm thinking of trying to pull myself away from gaming too much.
Oh no, you don't have to get it. Don't get me wrong.
No. Like, what I mean is like,
hello, TK.
I spend a lot of too much of my free time gaming. It's like 8 hours a day sometimes if I get a chance.
I mean, I get you. I get you, man. There's days where I feel like I'm gaming too much. And granted, part of that might just be me being too hard on myself for taking a break, but you know, at the same time, it's not bad if you're just having like a lazy Sunday or something. That's something I gotta remind myself.
It's not lazy Sunday. It's like every day.
I mean, if it's an every day of an 8 hours a day thing, I can definitely see wanting to curtail it a bit. So I totally get where you're coming from. I'm just putting it out there in case people want a fun new game to play. So
it does look fun, especially if you have that like post-apocalyptic, scratch.
Oh yeah.
Itch. You know what I thought was I played a lot of it. I've got 52.7 hours on it. It's called Unturned, and
oh, I know that. I've heard of that game at least.
I played it. It was because I was broke, and it's a free like first person crafting survival shooting zombie game. Like it's kind of Roblox Minecraft looking, but it's okay. Yeah. They actually have an online community and all that.
That's cool.
The guy that made it, he was a kid, and I think he was just experimenting with it, and he put it up for free. I kind of hope the guy has like moved on and done other good. I want to look to see if he's got like a company or something, because like I think he's very talented for what he did.
I never played it myself, but I saw it and it looked like a fun game that would be great to play with friends. So
I think it is. It can be annoying though when I'm starting to think about it. Like
I mean, that's like any game though. That's the thing. Yeah. It's like even there's points in like games that I've really been enjoying where I'm just like, this could be different, but it's like that's just how art could be. So
he's
anyway,
still
now
updating
we're
it, and getting patches. This game is like
Exactly.
pretty old
There you go.
too.
Oh god, this is definitely the most brutal game of Dwarf Fortress I've played yet.
All right, let's see. No, so far this is the only game he's got Unturned and Unturned Gold Edition, and Gold Edition is $4.99, and I think it just gives you a few golden items as character stuff. I might look into it later to see if he's like got another company or something. That'd be weird if it's just like some high school or college kid like made a zombie survival game and like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm gonna go be a aquamarine biologist. It's like,
I'm gonna go make Aqua Teen Hunger Force episodes.
Oh Jesus!
Oh no, I had a worse thought when I was in the bathroom. Do you think if there was like a little mice church, like the mice Jesus would be like on a piece of fly paper?
Oh no!
Or a mousetrap? I'd draw that if I wouldn't upset people. No, I'm not gonna actually draw that.
Kirspy, I love you.
I love you too, man. I just get some fun ideas where I'm like, I want to make this, but I feel like it's gonna make people upset if I do.
Maybe not.
Kirspy, I love you because someone has to.
Thanks. You're better than my mom. No, I'm kidding.
Remember, kids, don't be disappointed in yourself. That's your parents' job.
I remember there's a skit where it's like, you know that little that character, the funny talking one from Cars, what, Mater? Yeah. What is he? He's a tow truck. Yeah, where does he live? In a garbage dump. What do you see in the background? A garbage dump? It's like the dead body of Cars. It's like, oh god.
So what you're saying is that Tomater is the Ed Gein of the Cars world.
He's probably either like the mortician or like maybe, I don't know if he's a doctor. I guess he's the
Actually, wait. If he's robbing like the graves of other cars to make weird furniture out of their remains, then he's definitely the Ed Gein of the Cars world. Which I don't think there's a scene in Cars where his house gets raided, and then they find all the horrible, cars, like the muffler belt or chairs made out of car chassis. It would make for a very interesting movie, though. Cars, the Untold Story.
Want to hear something dumb? Asks Ramshackle.
Absolutely. I mean, I just wanted to rant about Cars Ed Gein, so... I'm also drawing like a undead cyborg mouse because reasons.
When I realized the weakness of my skin, it disgusted me!
Also, let me just say, I feel based on hanging out with you too much, Kirspy, that Rotten Wombat Meat would be a good punk band name.
That, you know what? I could definitely see that as like an Australian punk band name.
Oh god, Kirspy.
It definitely wouldn't be the weirdest Australian punk band name. That might go to Grong Grong, whose name came because they were driving around on acid, and the one band member saw this sign for a town named Grong Grong, and he wouldn't stop saying it. Sorry, go ahead, Andy.
I had a cursed idea, like, mix the Mickey Mouse face icon with the Adeptus Mechanicus, like, cyborg skull. When I realized the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me.
I could definitely do that. Although, if I'm honest, I would not be surprised if something like that already exists. I would be very surprised if it didn't.
Well, I'd be worried about doing it than getting, like...
I mean, first of all, parody and free use is absolutely a thing. And I will I'm just gonna say fuck Disney. And leave it at that. It's like, oh, you don't want to draw Mickey Mouse doing terrible things?
Domain expansion! Funhouse!
Yeah. I bet if you go to certain websites and you type in Mickey Mouse, you're going to get some real interesting results.
Well, there is that Dark Mickey, like... They tried to do that with the paint one.
Yeah, but that's more like Kingdom Hearts level Dark Mickey. That's not like Heart of Darkness Mickey. Which would be an amazing fucking movie if they made Apocalypse Now, but it's Mickey Mouse.
Indeed.
I could definitely see Donald Duck being the dude that takes a spear to the chest on the PT boat.
That's a hell of a
Who would
movie.
play? Oh, Apocalypse Now is a wild movie.
Yeah.
And, you know, learning that it's one of the inspirations for Forever Winters, particularly the bridge scene, it's just like, yeah, that tracks. That whole bridge scene is just fucking nutso. Actually, they also referenced that in StarCraft, the Brood War. The entire opening sequence there with them in the trenches and stuff, that is a direct reference to Apocalypse Now.
Yep.
Cinema's fun. My wife and I are going to watch Sixth Sense later, which will be interesting. It's like one of the only good M. Night Shyamalan movies.
I liked Signs. Me and Mom used to watch it all the time.
Okay, that's the other good one. Yeah, like
I was very disappointed in The Village. I don't want to. I can't.
The Village.
I can't express why I'm disappointing it without spoiling it. But
it was such a boring movie. Other than like,
Okay, so quick
the
pause.
reveal.
Quick pause.
Yes.
Everyone, 5 seconds before Village spoilers, because I want Andy to be able to express this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You've been warned.
Before Andy expresses anything, pro tip: you're not missing much. Anyway, continue.
When it turned out that the monsters weren't real, that it was like a conspiracy for the adults to like keep the children in line and like keep the people like, don't leave the village or the monsters will get you. It's like, I mean, I guess that's the twist itself, but I don't know. I just, it just disappointed me.
See, my problem is, like, whenever I think of The Village, I think of two things. Number one is the parody of it in Scary Movie 4. Particularly, like, I never knew this, which makes it even funnier, but, like, that's the movie where they reference The Grudge, and then they have Bill Pullman in there as, like, the village elder, because he was in The Grudge. And I just love the part where he gets stabbed in the chest. He's like, fucking A, and then he dies. But, the other thing I think of with The Village is when I was watching it, the only exciting part of it had nothing to do with the movie. It was because my friend's dog, or his grandma's dog, just took a dump on the couch, like, right next to us as we're watching the movie.
This is what I think. My dog did a movie created.
This is what I think of your movie.
This is what I think of M. Night Shyamalan.
I mean, I've always remembered Glass because it is the first date my wife and I had, but my god, that movie was just... Ugh. M. Night Shyamalan's also got, like, a weird, like, Philly fixation. Like, the entire ending scene of that movie of Glass takes place in the Philadelphia train station, which is just interesting.
I mean, of the scale of fixations directors could have, that is not the worst one.
Yeah, I mean, there's
looking at
definitely
you,
worse. Hey man, I'm not gonna fault him for liking Feed. I'm just gonna say. I mean, he definitely
that's not the only
references.
thing.
No, but it's definitely the most visible one.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to judge someone for something like that. It's some other things that.
No, I wouldn't judge. I mean, I'd judge Woody Allen for certain things that we're not going to get into. But yeah.
Kirspy, you just
What?
live on the edge the whole time, don't you?
Do I?
Living on the edge.
I wouldn't say it's living on the edge. It's just more of like, I've learned to develop a filter. Which...
I think your filter works in reverse, Kirspy.
Oh, trust me, dude. Trust me. I'm much more conscious of things that I say than I used to be when I was like a teenager. Honestly, I feel like there's times where I'm too self-conscious about stuff, but that's a whole other conversation.
I wasn't trying to bully you. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, I didn't think you were bullying me. I tend to just explain myself when people make a joke, thinking it's just me needing to explain myself, and then they're making a joke, and I'm just like, well, now I look like a tool.
No. You're nowhere near as horrifying as that band. You don't like skitter around in like that weird like I don't know how to describe it. You know, in like horror movies, when a monster runs forward, it's like, like phasing. And
yeah,
all
that definitely sounds like Maynard.
Yeah, and you don't have like a bunch of roaches crawling around the background and like worms and maggots and shit.
That sounds like Tool. Yeah, I just think of the one concert where some fan like tried to jump on stage and then like Maynard tackled the guy to the ground and was just like grinding on top of him. Which that sounds like a Tool concert.
You know,
I like Tool's music, but apparently the fan base is just insufferable, which I can see that.
Kirspy, what would a show like That's Maynard?
That show would cause ego death in the audience.
Which ego death in the audience sounds like a Tool song.
It really does. I mean, they have the song "A Message to Harry Manback," and it's just like this like peaceful music, and then it's like a voice recording of like some guy that left like a voicemail on like one of their friends' answering machines, and he's just like, "I want your balls smashed. Fuck you. I hope you get cuts." Yeah, like I need to find that song. Yeah, it's just like him just talking all this shit for like 3 minutes.
UNC brings up a fun thing. If you ever get the chance, look up there's a documentary on the making of Apocalypse Now. That director was fucking bonkers.
Oh, you mean Francis Ford Coppola?
Yeah, Coppola's batshit crazy.
You mean Francis Ford Coppola, who wanted to film the movie in Vietnam while the war was still going on?
Yep. Francis Ford, I can't believe that my actors have human rights, Coppola.
Francis Ford, you guys don't understand Megalopolis Coppola.
What?
Yeah, he made Megalopolis, much to everyone's dismay. The one story I think about that I heard about Apocalypse Now, which I'm not sure how true it is, so it might be apocryphal now, but
apocryphal now.
Yeah. Oh god, that was a horrible joke. Anyway, I think it was one of the things on set was like Francis Ford Coppola was like, don't give, Marlon Brando like food and stuff. Like, he's already overweight. He showed up to set overweight. He doesn't know his lines. He has to like learn this shit. He needs to like focus on the movie. Don't give him food. And so Francis Ford or Marlon Brando was like, fuck you, I'm Marlon Brando. So he basically paid like extras on set or just like staff on set to get him sandwiches. And he'd just get like a little raft and go out to the middle of the lake where they're filming and just eat the sandwiches in full view of fucking Coppola. Which definitely sounds like something Marlon Brando would do. Because that guy sounds like he was a fucking lunatic by the end.
Well, yeah. I think almost anyone involved in that movie was pretty thoroughly traumatized by the end.
Yeah, was it like Martin Sheen like doing heroin and shit?
Not Martin Sheen.
I know.
The tiger?
No, that's his son.
Charlie Sheen.
The apple doesn't OD too far from the tree.
He sold his wine empire to fund that movie. Jeez.
I don't know if I would have done that. That sounds like a terrible investment.
And yet, from time
Sounds like
to
you don't
time-
appreciate art.
then again-
Yeah, as an artist, Kirspy, I thought you would appreciate the sacrifice of... Wow. I can't even finish that one.
There's a fine line between, like, genius artist and just crazy guy doing weird shit. And some directors definitely straddle that line more than others. And I want to say Francis Ford Coppola and Stanley Kubrick
They
are definitely
straddle
in that
that
category.
line and they moan like a bitch in heat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's Quentin Tarantino.
What the fuck, Andy?
Is it weird that didn't faze me that much when he said that? Just like, yeah, that sounds like an Andyism.
I guess Stormsong just doesn't have that like artistic mentality. He hasn't suffered like a true
He
artist.
don't got that dog in him.
Yeah, it's not like I've looked at hundreds of art pieces by students who think they know how the world works.
Oh, I bet those get fun.
Alright, so tell me, what's your piece about today? I want to talk about the decolonization of our minds. Oh yeah, interesting.
I've done this goatee spread in protest to, I don't know, pick something.
Yeah.
Pick your controversy and apply goatee to it.
And let me qualify here. Nothing against whatever choice in terminology I just used. I'm just thinking of the most overused statements I hear when, like...
You know what you should have said? You're going mainstream, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you cause ego death in an art student. He says being an art student.
No, like, there comes a point where I won't say those things, like, not, at least, you know, not to be mean, because I know they're a student. They're learning, they're figuring out the world. So, like, I leave them room to make stupid statements, but...
And as well, art is entirely subjective.
Or even talk about something that's an otherwise intelligent concept, or worthwhile to discuss concept, but not understand the nuances of it because they're, you know...
It's more that, you know... That's more my issue when it comes to a lot of certain issues being portrayed in mediums where it's like, I'm fine with people exploring that stuff, but do it in a way that's engaging. Don't just try to ham-fist it.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like...
Mm-hmm.
Ham. Oh, sorry, Storm.
I do like the idea of a villain called... I do like the idea of a villain called Hamfist, who has a very active Twitter account that says a lot of controversial statements. But that's something for my list of like really horrible superheroes and villains that I have. Because of course I do.
I had like a drug. It was in our space campaign. He was like a drug kingpin, and his name was Don Horkins, and he was like just a giant pig man with a yellow yellow pinstripe suit.
Oh, see, I had dudes like... Oh,
one of their fights was against a grav tank that he bought, but he didn't know how to use it. So all the actions were randomized. Some of them would just be him like moving forward, and like which way he would shoot. Like he couldn't actively like target people, but it was a damn tank.
Well, yeah.
But it turns out somebody was strong enough to actually pry the. Turns out the guy in like basically Terminator armor was strong enough to pry the hatch off the top of the tank.
What?
Who would have guessed?
Man, now you're just making me want to play some Rifts.
Rift's that multi-dimensional one, right?
It's a lot. The
like
shortest way I can the shortest way I can I could sell it is World War III happens and the nukes set off ley lines that release magic back into the world and a bunch of wonky shit happens.
Principle. Understandable.
What I'm talking about is Stars Without Number. It was free when I played it a long time ago. You get the rule set online. There's like stuff you can update with it to. But yeah,
the name does sound familiar. At least
I think he was trying to make like a more readily available Traveler or something. I don't know.
I could see that.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's just like, I get it. I'm not sure it's the right choice. Like,
yeah.
Because, like, okay, if you said I want to make a more readily accessible, like, oh god, what am I?
I could have gotten a word he used wrong, but like his own Traveler that might have been more like easy to swallow, maybe.
Well,
I mean,
it's more like
that.
Like if you want to say you want to do a space opera game that's more accessible than Traveler, but Traveler is Traveler kind of because it's on the hardcore side of things. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I get you.
Saying you want a more accessible Traveler is like saying, we want Star Trek to cater to Avengers fans. It's like, no.
This might be a bit of a hot take.
Hold on
maybe
a minute.
Maybe it's more of a lukewarm take, but
pulls off the mask. Storm Song, you're Mickey. You're a Disney employee.
The Mickey. Oh god.
I would have gotten away for it too if it weren't for you and your dirty little rat. I hope I can finish this before the stream ends.
Well, you got about 10 minutes, so.
Oh, I'll probably have it done.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just coloring this, and then I'll probably be done for stream. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay, I remember. This might be a bit of a lukewarm take, or maybe a hot take, depending on whoever it is. But what you just said there, Storm, about like somebody trying to make like X but Y, I think that's a good way to start out with an idea. But I definitely think that it needs to grow beyond that. Otherwise, you're just making like a parody or.
Yeah.
It needs more substance to that. It's like...
I think maybe he just wanted to make his own Traveler, basically.
Yeah,
I mean, that's fine, but you just got to think of a way to spin it in an interesting way, I guess is more what I'm saying.
Yeah, more what I'm getting at is, like, when you start with a mission statement like that, there is always the direct possibility that, like, somebody is trying to make something to take something else's place.
I don't think he was making it to take its place. I think it really was like his own brand of something. I
mean, and that's great. I mean, if it worked out and everything, that's great. It's just more of like, I mean, one thing I think of, and you guys might remember this, but like the term in the early 2000s for certain video games was Halo Killer.
Oh,
because there were so many games that wanted to like, oh, this is going to be the next Halo. This is going to be the next big Halo.
I remember WoW Killer a lot.
That was another one too. And let me ask you guys a question. How many of those are still around that you remember?
Yeah, it became quite literally a meme to most people at some point to even use those words.
Like, it's totally fine to be inspired by stuff. Like, I know that, like, personally, like, with how I feel about a lot of the Star Wars stuff these days, it's kind of inspired me just to make my own stuff. Just because it's like, I'd rather just make something I know that I'm going to enjoy that's along these lines. But I'm not trying to make Star Wars. I'm just trying to, like, make something that has elements of it and it's inspired, which is just art in general. You just take about the things that inspire you and you combine them together and put your own spin on it.
Sounds like
and I think that's a good...
Rogue Moon.
Yeah. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean... It's totally fine to be inspired by stuff. It's just like you just got to build off of it. Is more what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. So yeah, right. I was not trying to say like taking inspiration from the thing is bad. It isn't. I was just saying.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying that at all. I was just more saying it as a general statement. You know, yeah. I didn't take that by any stretch. I kind of figured that's what you meant, but I just figured it might be just good to point that out. You know.
Yeah, that's fair, because sometimes broad statements can be well broad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do broads here, right, fellas?
I'm married, so no.
Yeah, Digiman brings up a good one here. It's like how in D&D 3.5, it talked about race, class, and alignment. It's a great place to start to think about your character, but it's a horrible place to stop.
Yeah. It's like, one of my more memorable D&D characters from the times that I played it, which is not a lot, to be fair, just because I'm more sci-fi guy, but the times I did play, one of my more memorable ones from college was the gnome that I made, who was an artificer, so he could build like constructs and stuff. And like I specifically remember that because of just how interesting that class build was, because I was basically making by the end of it I had like a giant mechanical dragon and stuff, which was appropriate because we were fighting an undead Tarrasque. But you know, I wasn't necessarily looking at like the race stats of a gnome. You know, I was just like, you know, I just want to make like a really fun like wizard character that can do stuff with guns and mechanics, and that's what I ended up making.
Yeah.
I will say I did kind of play like when I made Gary, my Mandalorian in our Star Wars game, he was definitely a bit of a murder hobo, but...
But if murder hobo is actually what you're trying to make...
I mean, he was a veteran of the Clone Wars, so definitely.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, I really did that thing, didn't I?
Alright.
It's like one of those things when you catch yourself in roleplay and you're like, man, if this wasn't roleplay, this would be pretty fucked up.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the chat and of the stream and all that, are you ready?
Send it to me,
And 5-minute mark, boys.
Oh, that's fine. I'm almost done here anyway. And
Wasp says, what's good, Kirspy?
Ayo, what's good, man? Drawing myself a mutant mouse. Or mutant rat, and then, yeah. Did you make this? Or did you find it somewhere?
I erased a bunch of the shit around the skull and put it over the basic,
Gotcha.
Mickey Mouse skull.
Nice. I mean, honestly, it works. It very much works. The only thing I would maybe change about the skull is I would erase that triangle or whatever, and then make it the Mickey Mouse logo.
Yeah, that's
which may be redundant, but still. Either way, it fits very well.
When I realized the weakness of your franchise, I was disgusted.
Oh, I got a hearty laugh out of that.
One day the weakness of your IP will wither and die. I already own the rights. You will beg for me to save you, but I already own the rights to your franchise.
Even in death, I am in cryostasis.
Yeah, when this you get the Mickey Mouse whistling from Steamboat Willie, but it's kind of like echoey, like it's in the background and haunting, and then like the icon slowly fades into.
I just like the idea of that fading into like the Disney version of Apocalypse Now.
I'm gonna post this to see how many people scream at me.
Do it. Make people upset.
If suffering is the elixir of art, then I'm going to heal a bunch of people today.
I don't know if it is, but I do like the idea of the screams of the damned from things I create, so... I mean, how many times have I posted something and people have been like, oh god, why? And I'm like, yes! Your tears are delicious. I do feel like I need to post more of my work. I haven't really posted much as of late. Mostly just because I've been busy with certain projects. I mean, I've already said it. I'm working on Dwarf Fortress stuff, so that's definitely kept me occupied. And as much as I want to post that stuff, I also don't want to necessarily spoil it for people for later on.
Yeah, and actually, I want to show you guys something after the stream here because I have been working on stuff for that too.
Oh, nice! I'm very curious to hear that. So,
it's one of those things that. Yep. It was like Mickey
I'm
Mouse
looking forward
as
to
Mr. House.
Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. Speaking of Vietnam War movies, oh yeah, that's a mouse, all right. I like how I just drew this off the cuff and it turned out the way it did. I don't know if you guys do that, but it's just like the idea of just scribbling stuff in a sketchbook and seeing where it goes, and then it just turns into something like, wow, this is pretty sweet.
Yeah. It brings delight.
It do. I like to create. What can I say? Case in point. It looks like we're getting up here in the end. I mean, we could chill for like another 2 minutes if you guys want, but I don't mind ending it here if you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I'm curious to see what you want to show us, Storm. But for everyone in chat, thank you for joining us today. Hope you enjoyed everything. And our many mousy doodles of today. Today just kind of ended up being a mouse theme, which is fun. Mickey is Mr. House. I have to remember that for later. You keep him alive in a jar of formaldehyde, much like the dead things closet in my school, which is a story I probably should tell next stream. But anyway. Yeah. The science class was interesting. Anyway.
Formaldehyde Mouse sounds like a band name.
It's got it. Yeah, we keep thinking of punk bands. It's great.
Well, it's probably a sign. Anyways.
Yes, it is. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. We will see you all later this week, probably, for Saturday stream, or at the very latest next week. So we will see you all later. Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.